The latest target of love affair Lalit Modi's Vasundhara Raje-Lalit. There were reports that Vasundhara Raje sought meeting with BJP President Amit Shah. No time has been given as yet, and the BJP doesn't seem as convinced or as forceful in defending Vasundhara Raje as it was in defending External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj, raising questions whether this was part of a factional fight in the BJP, because attempts are already being made to use this as a pretext to topple Vasundhara Raje and install another chief minister in her place. Lalit Modi made things very difficult politically for Vasundhara Raje when he accepted that he had investments in Dushyant Singh's hotel firms, and he also said that the Modi family and the Raje family had known each other for the last 30 years. Here's the political fallout of the big India Today world exclusive with Lalit Modi.
So she volunteered openly to be a witness for your residency, or you asked her to do so?
No, she openly agreed to be.
First Sushma Swaraj and now Vasundhara Raje. The Rajasthan Chief Minister is in a tight spot after former IPL chief admitting to his close links with her. The controversy erupted with Lalit Modi's PR agency flashing this document in a press conference displaying Raje's undertaking to support his immigration application in 2011 on condition of strict secrecy. A claim soon rejected by Vasundhara herself.
Of course I know the family. I've always known. I have never made any bones about that. But I don't know what documents you people are talking about.
Hours later, India Today's consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai shot point-blank question to Lalit Modi in an exclusive interview. The former IPL chief confirmed that the UK court has full records of all the documents.
Well, now documents which have come out show that she was actually a witness when you wanted your British residency in 2011-12.
No, she openly agreed to be, but she unfortunately, by the time the thing went to trial, she was already chief minister, so she could not come for being a witness. So the statement she gave is on record in the courts.
With the controversy snowballing, the opposition parties have intensified demand for Rajasthan CM's resignation, asking even the Prime Minister to clear the air.
If Narendra Modi is saying that it is a fact, because it is a part of the document which his attorneys have filed with the government there, then Vasundhara Raje must sort of own up or disown it. But why keep quiet?
जैन हवाला कांड में श्री लाल कृष्ण अडवाणी और श्री शरद यादव का नाम आया था, और जांच पूरी होने तक नैतिकता के आधार पर उन्होंने इस्तीफे दिए थे। सुषमा जी को और वसुंधरा जी को उसी का अनुकरण करना चाहिए।
Despite the uproar, the BJP apparently continues to rally behind Vasundhara, with the Rajasthan CM apprising the top brass that detractors may try to take advantage of the situation. The party chief has reportedly suggested Raje to lie low for the moment. Bureau Report, India Today.
I now want to play out excerpts from the interview we did with Lalit Modi, where we ask him specifically about his relationship with Vasundhara Raje. These excerpts haven't played out so far in the interview that we ran from 9 to 10, and we weren't able to play them out last night either. But these are very important questions, because here's where Rajdeep Sardesai grills Lalit Modi on the specific association with Vasundhara Raje. Remember, Vasundhara is in the eye of a big storm with several within and without gunning for her. So what does Lalit Modi say about his family's relationship with the Rajasthan Chief Minister? Here is the India Today World Exclusive.
Mr. Lalit Modi, I want clarity once and for all on the Vasundhara Raje issue. It is now being suggested that Vasundhara Raje in 2011 was a witness and gave a signed copy as a witness to the fact that you should get residency in the United Kingdom. Yes or no?
Yes.
Why is it then that the PDF document that has been provided through ad factors does not contain a signature of Vasundhara Raje, and Vasundhara Raje now is using that to deny that she ever gave any such signed copy?
I'm surprised she would do that, because we have a signed copy and it's available in the court records, and somebody has to just go to the court and pick it up. I am not authorized by to give a... What we have done is given you the bundle as per the Right to Information Act. What bundle is contained in the Right to Information Act, which is also available to you and to anybody else.
So why is the signature not there?
Because when you're filing the document, you're filing electronically. When the documents are filed electronically, they're filed on behalf of the lawyers, and who say we have a signed copy. Actual signed copy is in the court.
So you're insisting that in the actual signed copy that is there before the courts, Vasundhara Raje has signed that copy and attested her name to it.
Correct.
And said that she was ready to be a witness. She did not, however, appear in the court on your behalf. She was
Correct.
not present in the court. Am I correct?
Because that is right, because at the time the matter went to court. It was being delayed and delayed and delayed by the UK government, and didn't allow it to come up to final for hearing. By that time, she could not make those particular court dates at that time. So the document was filed but never used, because she could not be cross-examined. Every document that you file for a witness requires to be cross-examined. So it's part of the record, but as taken as filed, but there was no cross-examination.
But interestingly, while she has signed the documents, or while she has agreed to be a witness, she has said that no public official in India should be informed about the same. So it almost seems as if she did not want to be seen to be publicly associated signing on your behalf.
The point was not, everybody has done the same, even I have done the same. Even if you look at the matter, you will not find my name in the court record.
Why? Why did Vasundhara Raje say that this matter should not be made public?
The whole matter, we did not want it to go public. We had a hostile Indian government.
So Vasundhara Raje was afraid that the Indian government would act against her.
Again, one second. It's not only Vasundhara Raje. We were all afraid. How bad
Who else signed this?
Many people have signed witness statements, and the point being that is all, even the whole matter was what we call in-camera hearing. In-camera hearing means that there is anonymity. I am not at liberty to disclose the proceedings of the court, because that matter, we are now trying to get the court to lift that anonymity clause, because we had at that time asked for the anonymity clause ourselves, and now we are asking for the anonymity clause to go away.
So if Vasundhara Raje today says she did not sign the document, then she is telling a lie. It's your word against hers. You're saying you have a signed copy, however, court...
Pradeep, 1 second. Have I ever known to put out a single document ever which is not backed?
So it's your word versus her, because you two are very close to each other. You are a very proximate relationship.
I'm surprised that she would say it may be a mistake, I think, on somebody's part by saying this, because I'm surprised. Because point is that the visit, the document was signed in the lawyer's offices, was signed in person. It wasn't by fax or email. I was present there, so were the lawyers present there. The point is, it's not an anonymity issue as far as that's concerned. Now, that anonymity issue existed when we had a hostile government. The anonymity issue would not exist if there was not a hostile government who would take everybody to task who even visited me. Now, there are people from the Congress government who would visit me and be there, but they would be afraid to come out in the open and be seen in public, because they would not. Now, for example, Mr. Salman Khurshid even had lunch with me in London. Now, he would not want anybody to know that he had lunch with me in London, because he wanted to be anonymous as a fact. Had he reported that as Minister of Foreign Affairs, he had lunch with me at Italian restaurant of Beecham Place?
Who else? Sharad Pawar, Praful Patel all met you?
They meet me all the time.
They all met you? They all tried to help you?
No, Mr. Pawar, Mr. Praful Patel and Rajesh Shukla, I meet every time they're in London. And they are not hiding the fact. They don't hide the fact that they're meeting me. They meet me openly.
Did they try also to bat for you and get you your travel documents?
Everybody has tried, but we had a stubborn Mr. Chidambaram there, who was trying to arm twist everybody and everybody out there. And the issue lies. The issue lies. It is Mr. Chidambaram solely responsible for putting fear, terrorizing people, and also terrorizing us, and using his clout not as a minister, but because he was a minister, to doing things that were illegal against judicial systems, and squeezing. Till now, everything that we have done has been by the book, according to the book, and with legal consent. We have never shied away from that.
And Salman Khurshid is a personal friend again?
But I've known...
And you tried to use his help as well?
I tried to use him. He told you already that I tried to use his help.
And he's a personal friend?
No, I know him. I know him because I've known him for a while, and my family know them very well. So I had lunch with him in London. But they're not hiding from the fact. I don't hide from the fact.
And then Vasundhara is a very close personal friend? Vasundhara in particular?
No, why did you take everybody? They're very close.
No, Vasundhara in particular, because she was Rajasthan Chief Minister when you were also head of Rajasthan Cricket Association, and you had a very close relationship between 2003 and 8.
1 second, my association goes back to her before she was elected Member of Parliament. So my association with her is not from.
So she was.
I've been from the day, even before I got married. From that time, she has been at my wedding. She has been part of even Mr. Bhairav Singh Shekhawat was at our wedding. So was the erstwhile. So was the erstwhile Prime Minister Mr. Narasimha Rao at my wedding.
So she was supporting you as a friend.
Please understand.
She was supporting you as a friend, not as the leader of the opposition of Rajasthan, not as a politician, and not a conflict of interest in any way.
When Narasimha Rao was Prime Minister, he attended my wedding. He didn't attend as a Prime Minister. He attended in my house. He didn't come to the wedding. He came to the house because he was a personal friend. So we've had many friends in the government. And if somebody says that I didn't have personal friends, they're fooling themselves. I've had friends. The Modi family has had friends, and there is no.
And they all tried to help you between 2011 and 14, but Mr. Chidambaram was refusing to relent.
Mr. Chidambaram was using his bullying tactics and the government machinery to go after me when he legally didn't have a stand. If he did have a stand, why did he not push for my extradition? If he did have a stand, he should have gone for my extradition, which is the right thing to do for the government of India at that time. But they could not do so because they had no legal jurisdiction to do so.
Okay.
There's only one channel that's been able to pin down Lalit Modi, ask him the questions that needed to be asked. Everyone else is discussing the story, but nobody has the biggest newsmaker. I want to focus now on the red corner notice that's likely to be issued to Lalit Modi very soon. We met up with senior ED officials this morning, and what we've been able to gather by speaking to officers in Delhi and Mumbai is that a red corner notice is likely to be issued by the Interpol very soon. The CBI is the nodal agency, but the ED officers have been asked to begin the paperwork, which could lead over the next few days to the issuance of this red corner notice. So let me explain to you how a red corner notice is different from a blue corner notice. A blue corner notice only requires the country in which the accused is staying to intimate the country that he belongs to about the presence of the accused. But a red corner notice could actually first lead to an arrest and then possibly to an extradition. That will of course depend on the call that the government in the United Kingdom takes on whether or not it wants to arrest Lalit Modi immediately. But what officials at India's Enforcement Directorate and CBI will need to do is actually prove to a British magistrate that they have a strong case against them. Officials that I spoke to told me that so far they hadn't gone ahead with the red corner notice because they didn't have enough prosecutable evidence against Lalit Modi. But they now believe that in one case, under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, they have adequate prosecutable evidence. You'd remember how in the Abu Salem case, we were able to extradite him from Portugal after first being able to prove the case against him in a court in Lisbon. Now they're hoping to be able to do the same against Lalit Modi, and the process has begun. So over the next few days, we'll see this being rolled out. Now, the red corner notice is issued by Interpol. This will be done on the basis of a case which is being investigated by the Mumbai zone of the Enforcement Directorate. This is originally based on an FIR filed by N. Srinivasan with the Chennai police, where he alleges that 425 crores were misused as part of facilitation fees by Lalit Modi in the contracts, the media contracts that were given out. That's the case that is now being pursued, and that's the case the ED believes it has enough prosecutable grounds to go after Lalit Modi. Remember, this case will need to be fought in a court in the UK, and that is likely to happen soon. Let's now get you how the Congress has responded to the big Lalit Modi interview, because so far the fire had been directed towards the BJP. But in the interview that we did with Lalit Modi, he says that there were several within the UPA. He named Rajiv Shukla, he named Sharad Pawar, he named Praful Patel as leaders who tried to help him. The Congress today came out all guns blazing against Lalit Modi. Former Finance Minister Chidambaram did a press conference asking 7 direct and pointed questions to the NDA government, which the Modi Sarkar has so far not responded to. Here's the story.
My relationship is Mr. Swaraj has been an advocate of mine.
For how long?
For over 20 years.
she volunteered openly to be a witness for your residency, or you asked her to do so?
No, she openly agreed to be, but she unfortunately, by the time the thing went to trial, she was already chief minister, so she could not come for being a witness.
You have many charges pending against you in India at the moment.
This India Today exclusive and explosive interview of the man in the middle of a storm has sent political circles into a frenzy.
I have seen the glimpses of that interview in a very far-off exotic place being talked about, except to remind that even in that document which has come on television, there is no signature. There is no allegation of any corruption or any impropriety. We are very clear about it.
But the opposition is gunning for Rajasthan Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje, who Lalit Modi claims was a secret witness in his UK immigration case. Sources have told Headlines Today that Raje has spoken to party chief Amit Shah, who has asked her to lie low and not speak on the issue.
Till that inquiry is on, I don't think it's tenable for the External Affairs Minister or for the Rajasthan Chief Minister to continue to remain in office.
The BJP alone is not under attack. Lalit Modi claims top UPA ministers helped him in his attempts to get travel documents as well, among them former Foreign Minister Salman Khurshid.
He put his case to me. Now, there was, in that case, frankly, nothing that anyone could have done and should have done. And my advice, as far as I remember, was you should come back to India and you should face whatever authorities have to ask you.
P. Chidambaram has hit back at Lalit Modi's allegation that the Congress was making him a victim of political vendetta in the aftermath of Shashi Tharoor losing his job following the IPL scam. Chidambaram said he wrote to his UK counterpart in 2013 urging Lalit Modi's deportation.
As I said, this charge is a laughable charge. Why is the government, despite repeated demands, not releasing the letters exchanged between the Finance Minister India and the Chancellor of Exchequer UK?
After being named in the explosive interview by Lalit Modi, former UPA Minister Sharad Pawar had to admit he met Lalit Modi a few weeks ago.
जब मुझे लंदन मिले तब उन्होंने कहा कि भाई मुझे थोड़ी बहुत सिक्योरिटी रिस्क थी मैंने उनसे जरूर बात की कि भाई आपको यहाँ आना है और आने की तैयारी हो तो कुछ बात हो सकती है गवर्नमेंट के साथ.
Lalit Modi's explosive revelations may, however, return some fire onto him. Enforcement Directorate sources have told India Today that the agency will seek a red corner notice against him because they have enough evidence to get him arrested and prosecuted in the UK. Bureau Report, India Today.
So, in the interview that we did with Lalit Modi, he spoke of a cancer center in Portugal where his wife underwent advanced cancer treatment, which was apparently so good and so effective and so revolutionary that they were able to party in Ibiza 3 days later. So, India Today's producers did some research and we looked at the Champollimod Center for the Unknown in Lisbon to find out what makes this center so special. Well, this is a center in Lisbon that works on a cutting-edge science called translational medicine, a rapidly growing field committed to discovering new diagnostic tools and treatments. This is one of the 5 centers globally that offers such treatment. It's a type of radiosurgery which is called Edge Radiosurgery Suite, where extremely fast and high energy X-rays are beamed to target tumors from outside the body with great precision. It's so fast that what normal radiosurgery can do to cancers in 30-40 sessions, this can do in 10-15 minutes. Remember, I repeat this, what other cancer surgeries do to cancers in 30 or 40 sessions, this can do in 10 to 15 minutes. This can be used to treat some cancers like lung, liver, prostate and brain, but not all. The beauty is that it's non-invasive, returning the patient back to his or her normal life right after the 15-minute session.
When it came to 2014, it was a liver cancer. Now, it was very dangerous.
Why Portugal? Why couldn't you have done this in England?
Because, please understand, please do your research. That's why I ask you, when you come and talk to me, do your research. The Champollimod Center for the Unknown is the only institute in the world. It's not a hospital, first and foremost. It's a research institute which has a paradigm shift in cancer research, and was the only institute in the world we thought could save her. And as a fact of matter, everybody else had given up on her. this is revolutionary, this cancer treatment. If successful, you can get up from your bed and walk out and go and have dinner. One second. It is important to understand this because not many people understand it. So when we did take the risk and go and take it, the quality of our life improved because he took out the cancer. Yes, we are very glad. And yes, we were 3 days later in Ibiza celebrating. Yes, we were there because we were so happy.
I want to go across now to Dr. Harit Chaudhary. He's the head of surgical cancer at Max Saket and one of India's best-known cancer surgeons. Now, we had Lalit Modi on our channel, Dr. Chaudhary, yesterday, and he said that there exists this revolutionary cancer treatment that helps cure people almost immediately, that they went out and partied in Ibiza 3 days later. It seemed implausible at that time, but as we investigate, it turns out that yes, indeed, at Lisbon, they are doing path-breaking research. We've looked at the details, but can you break this down for our viewers? How does this revolutionary cancer treatment really work? And what is the potential for cancer patients here in India, sir?
So Rahul, I think it's a good time to highlight that cancer treatment has evolved hugely in last 10-15 years. And in fact, if we look at last 2-3 years, a lot of evolution has happened because of integration of multiple sciences. So what we are talking about right now, if you talk about the edge technology or the radiosurgery which we are, so this is about focusing the radiation treatment to only cancer cells. So earlier it was treated with cobalt and linear excitators and IGRTs and IMRTs where you could incorporate the moving organ so you can target the cells well. Now this is even more precise. It takes care of the, in real time it takes care of the motion and precisely treats the cancer cells so that the normal cells are spared of treatment or the injury from the radiation therapy. So that gives the oncologist more advantage in terms of being able to treat precisely, lesser side effects for the patient, and you can treat multiple sites with more accuracy. Earlier, because of the bigger field, you could not treat multiple sites. Now you can treat multiple sites and the patient also has less side effects. Now this is one part of the cancer treatment in what we are talking about in terms of...
No, so I am told that this translational medicine, which is being practiced at the Center for the Unknown in Lisbon, is not available in India yet. It's available only in 5 hospitals all across the world. And it's not available in the UK either, which is where Lalit Modi's wife originally was.
So that's true that this particular technology is not available freely. This technology is only at less than 10 centers, maybe 5 or 6 centers. In India, it's not available. So that is absolutely right. This center particularly focuses on metastatic cancer treatment research. So that is their main focus area, and they are looking at translational research, how to integrate the lab information to clinical application. Now that is where these people come up with new strategies, how to look at the extracellular matrix, how to look at the intracellular flow of cells. So a lot of this current treatment or the focus of treatment is shifting towards genetic molecular oncology and such variables which are earlier not part of treatment.
Okay,
so
I'm told that the only institute in India which has something which is much simpler but even remotely close to this is the Apollo Hospital in Chennai, where they have a technique called the cyber knife. Now, is that at all comparable, and how long?
Yes.